Hello, my fellow human beings. My name is Regis Williams, and this is the Spirit of Truth Awakening. I started this about a year ago, and I got to the introduction and had life events, things happening that delayed things. But at this point, we're in the now, and I'd like to proceed from where I left off. Okay. In my introduction, I spoke about duality, Christianity, Christ, manifestations, science. I also spoke about things that were happening, and they are still happening in a greater degree. To get further information, you might want to go back and listen to my introduction, because it's the beginning of the progression of what I'm about to put out into the world. Well, are going to be directly related to you. And as I said in my introduction, I have now going on 40 years of study, searching, reaching, and experiencing. I'll just cut to the chase real good and get started with this, because it should have been out. I'm the guy that has a cross in his forehead now, as you can probably see it. It's an indentation. It's not something that man did. This came into my forehead in October of 2020. And once this came into my head, even more downloads and a lot of good things came into my life, my beingness. So without further ado, here we go. What I'd like to talk about first is what I left off with, which was speaking in terms of duality. The things that I speak about, I'm going to actually give you practical application to apply to your life now. You're going to find it's going to be very helpful if you will apply it. This information is not coming to you for you to just listen to. It's actually here for you to start activating within your life. And the first thing I'd like to say is duality is always going to be, but there are levels of duality that are not going to be anymore as a result of the age of Aquarius. Of Aquarius represents the closing out of a dualistic construct. And this construct is one in which you've tried hard, I've tried hard, we've all tried hard to get things and to do things and to get things done. But we've had these oppositions that have come up against us. And a lot of it's because of the way we think, the mode from which we're living in. First, duality. Duality is all present. Everything is duality. The sun versus the darkness, winning versus losing, good versus bad, wet versus dry. It's that part of duality will always be as we know it. But I'd also like you to understand that there's duality that is within you, because you are, whether you believe it or not, a part of God, which makes you God. Because anything that is a part of God becomes the whole of God, because God is the whole of all things. Um, with that being said, duality within is right versus wrong, good versus bad. Moving deeper into what I'm speaking about, and I think this is something that needs to be spoken about because it's going to go. I think I should direct my information to actually help people now, because now is all we have. Um, the duality within you in your life and all the situations that you're going through is based within your mind, subconscious, and consciousness. Your mind, consciousness, and subconsciousness. So, first of all, let's get to the first. What is dual within us? You are a spirit, and you're living in a human body, having a human experience. Now, with this, you have to understand that being a spirit, you are on both sides. The veil is there, but you're on both sides of the veil. Spirit transcends the material reality that we're currently living. What do I mean by this? Well, you got to come into contact and a true knowing that you are primarily spirit first. Everything else is second. Now, within this body, that's of the earth. You are here on earth, but you're not from earth. You are not of earth. You're in the world, but you're not of this world. And that's it goes for your body, your mind, and everything else. You have to start understanding that as a spiritual being, you gotta first become aware of and then learn how to properly function on earth as a spirit being within a human body. Now, look at it like this. Everything is dual, okay? Heaven and hell. If we were going within our body, this body would be hell. But our heaven is our spirit, which is the life that's within this body. Now, our job is to come to the awakening of who we are. And the awakening of who you are is God. There's no any other way. Now, when you're dealing, to help you with your everyday life, let's just get to it. To help you with your everyday life, we're talking about what we identify with. Now, you are a spirit, but you're identifying with your body. Your mind is of your body. Okay? So, if we were to say your body's considered hell and your mind is considered, and your spirit is considered heaven, who's winning the game within the ground of this body? And being asleep means being controlled by your mind, just going with the flow and not realizing that you are the operant power over this body and its mind, and what this mind is going to bring to you and allow you to make a decision on. Now, picture it like this. Your mind is a suggestion box. That doesn't mean that everything your mind gives you, you're supposed to go with it or ignore it or whatever. What that means is the true you, the spirit of you, the one that recognizes that you are a thinking person, or that you are a spirit within this body, the one that dreams. That's the one that should be making decisions, choices. That the suggestion box, which is the mind, that's what it brings you. Now, most people are asleep, and what I mean by that is they go with whatever the mind brings them. Oh, if the mind thinks this, they're going with that. If it's a good thought or a bad thought. Now, this good way, good and bad, let's just say the heaven and hell. Okay, so the mind brings up some thoughts. It brings up negative thoughts. Those are hell thoughts. Just like positiveness is heaven, negativeness is hell. So you, as the operant power, being the spirit that is over the body and the mind, you have to keep the mind in control and in its proper place within your concept of knowing that this mind is only giving me suggestions to choose from. That's your free will. You make the choice, but that's all you do. The results that come after it, you have no control over those thoughts or those actions or events that occur as a result of your choice. Things that your mind bring you, you have control over whether they're going to be positive or negative. Those, and that it's not only just for the thoughts, that's for feelings and emotions that you can control. How do you control these things? You're going to have to step into your true self, the one that recognizes that you're not the thinker. You're the one that recognizes your thinking. Your body is the thinker. Your mind is the thinker, but you are not your mind and your body. You are the spirit within. So in navigating life on this earth, you need to be discriminating about the thoughts and the feelings that you take in, and those things that your mind brings you that you tend to gravitate toward. If they're not of a positive nature, which is a heavenly nature, then you should focus on those things in a acknowledging and release state. I acknowledge the negative thought, but I release it because I don't accept it. Now, I don't reject it. It's just not a part of who I want to be or what I want to think. From that point, if you focus on the thing that you don't want as it being something that is to be passed on, it will go away and not come back. That's for the emotions, negative emotions, feelings. They will go, and in most cases they don't return. And if they do return, you do the same process, and eventually it will not return, because you're the operant power that tells this mind and this body what's going to be within the realm of this world in your life. Now, you being the God of your world, because God is your world, you have the ability to concentrate on the things that you really want. And continued concentration on these things, say for like 60 to 90 days, 30 to 90 days, will bring about the manifested result of those things, or put you closer to receiving those things that you're seeking to manifest. And when I say manifest, I mean those things you desire. I want to apologize for phone technical difficulties. I'm going to have to cut this short this time. I left off with manifesting your desire. However, I will be posting again, and I will be giving a lot more information as it has been given to me. And I hope everybody's doing well. If anything that I've said resonates, please do hit the like button, possibly subscribe. I'm putting this out here for a purpose, and it's not about gaining this or gaining that. It's about helping people and doing what I feel that God is calling me to do. So coming up on my next posting, look for it. It's coming soon, and I will be good delving into many things as I make many posts. Be blessed and enjoy your life, for the Christ is within you, and you are it. Bye-bye.